It has been a little while since I've sat down and shared a quiet project with you like this, and honestly, I've missed it. There's something really grounding about coming back to a simple surface, some paint, and just letting yourself create slowly. If you're new here, welcome. I am Carrie from Steel Roots Market. My heart behind this space is very simple, rooted in grace, rooted in charm, and rooted in creativity. Everything I share, whether it's junk journaling, a surface design, some transfers applying, or little boxes like this, is just about slowing down and making something meaningful with your hands. Today's project is so simple. It's so simple, but stunning. I'm excited to share with you. So to start off with this little MDF box, it is one of the surfaces available in my shop, and I actually have several sizes listed, and at the end of the video I kind of show you some of them. The unfinished version of this little box, like the picture showed up tied up with twine in the beginning of this video, is available free this weekend with qualifying orders, and it's the last weekend of February 2026. I love offering little creative pieces like this because they make it so easy for you to sit down and just create something beautiful in one afternoon, or take your time and work on it over several days. Maybe decide to have a craft party with friends. These are great little pieces. They are perfect for if you wanted to curate a little organizing station on your desk for supplies, or an organizing station for holding your junk journal bits and paper crafting. I love creating spring vignettes or any season vignettes with these. They look adorable inside your hutch, on your shelves, styled. You could do a sweet little gift with these. Say you had an upcoming hostess or birthday gift. You created one special, filled it with some nice little pretty tea bags or pretty handkerchief, sweet treats, anything like that. The best part is there is so many possibilities to decorate these boxes. So you could be using your transfers. You could add molds, paint inlays, stencils, decoupage, so many things. If you are a hand painter, you could paint on them, just so many things. And I do share a couple of ideas at the end of the video. So to start my little box, I decided to use Monet's Garden from DIY Paint for this color box. I gifted myself this little color, and I just wanted to try it. It's such a beautiful color. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to give yourself permission to play with something new, and that just makes it feel so wonderful. This tone of green just feels right for early spring, but I knew it would look gorgeous for summer. Of course, you can dress it up differently for fall. That's a great green. So one thing I want to mention is when you are painting, this video is sped up, but I do not rush. I want to make sure that everyone knows that I like to take my time. I often walk away after little steps. Make sure that you take that important part of enjoying your process. I will say that I just used a regular wood glue to assemble the box to give it some structure to make sure it doesn't come apart. And you could use any type of paints that you have for this. And of course, you can decide if you want to do 2, 3, however many layers. You could do some distressing, all those types of fun techniques. Before I go any further, I also want to mention something important while you're watching. If you haven't already downloaded it, I created a free studio page printable for you. You can print it out, keep it near your creative space, and just use it while you're watching videos, or you are on some social media pages, and you see a technique you love or a color combination that inspires you, a project idea that you might want to try, jot it down. The studio page I created is meant to help you break a project down or just to gather your thoughts, to move from inspiration into action. Sometimes, we're scrolling and we think, oh, that's beautiful. You might forget, or it slips your mind, and then we don't take that next step. So I wanted this page to help you take that next step, and I have added the link in the description of this video. It is a free download, and if you also, it's on my website too, on the front page. Once it's dry, you're going to pick out your transfers or the next step that you decide to do. I cut apart the Catherina transfer by IOD. It is so gorgeous. I knew I wanted this box to have lots of florals. I couldn't decide on my favorite image, so I decided to fill all sides, and I can just turn it when I want a new fresh image of a beautiful floral. So also too, make sure you love and enjoy cutting those transfers. I know some customers struggle with this. Cut them. Cut them and save those bits for other projects or junk journals or little ornaments, but cut them and have fun with them. Layer them. Wrap them around the corners. Just let them feel collected instead of applied. These transfers are so well constructed. They're just too valuable not to use. They are just gorgeous. This particular image gave such a romantic floral. It's very soft to me, but yet strong with that dark green. This box takes gorgeous shape once you apply these transfers, and transfers do that for any type of project. But just remember, I've done these with paint inlays. They have turned out beautiful. You could stamp on them. Stenciling is fun. I've done a lot of stenciling on these boxes, and you get to customize them to however you want. I will also link that video with the other box I did, a vintage inspired box with a paint inlay that came out darling, and I keep that for some of my little paper crafting pieces, and that will be linked into the description. But that is just one of the features I absolutely love about these surfaces and the products for creative supplies, the versatility. It just makes one surface with so many possibilities. So as you can see, I'm just taking the transfers and just deciding how I want them. You burnish them in slightly and then pressing firmly to make sure it adheres. But these transfers just makes them pop with that green. And but just take your time. And like I said earlier, cut them if you need to. My plan is to style this for spring. I'm thinking of little moth's nests and some tiny eggs, maybe some sweet little birds. I love to tuck it into a shelf or a hutch on a vignette. But again, like I said, I do love using pretty things to organize my supplies, and they are practical and they don't have to look plain. Elevate your space. So also, if you're gifting something handmade, imagine filling these with wrapped candies, a special sweet little handwritten note, or create a little giftable tags where they can have completed tags that you hand stamped set in there, and that is a nice little gift too. But this just elevates the gift so wonderfully. And if you're new here, I also host workshops both online and curated creative sessions that will be in person once spring weather comes for my local customers. But I do have some online. Everything I do is built around the idea of a slow atelier style, not rushed, not mass produced, but thoughtful and enjoyable. Over in my shop, you'll find surfaces like this. You'll find IOD transfers, inlays, stamps, molds, stencils, lots and lots of decoupage papers. I carry Pentart products. I have quite a bit, so just enjoy a cup of coffee and browse around. I do have workshop invitations and some curated kits. But my big goal for Steel Roots Market is to build something that feels like a creative home. And I would just truly love to have you part of it. If this video inspired you even in a small way, please like it. I would love for you to subscribe. It helps me more than you know. It helps all of us creatives more than you know. If you download the studio page, please tell me in the comments how you plan to use it. I would love to see that. Make sure you're following along on my email. I often send out some little digital downloads for you to enjoy in your creative sessions or paper crafting. I love to do paper crafting. Don't forget, I will link in the paint inlay version that I did of this box. It's a completely different look, and it might spark even more ideas for you. You may have some bits and pieces of transfers, paint inlays, that you could create a custom look of a collage, fill in with some stamps. That would be a really fun project. So to give this box a little finishing touch, I decided to come in with some gold paint by Pentart. These are available in my shop. And then I decided to give it a coat, and then I let it dry and decided how many coats I wanted to come in. I did do a couple to give it just a soft vintage look. I also considered adding it to the little feet that I applied. The feet that I used were just wooden beads, glued them on with some wood glue, painted them the same color, but I considered adding some gold on there, but once I saw it set up, I decided to wait. And that is one thing that I will do. I will leave a project as is and let it sit, use it in my decor, use it in my space. And then if you feel like you want to come in and take it to the next level, some ideas would be maybe adding some wax highlighting, some gold shading with waxes. You could come in with crackles, the fine line crackle from Pentart if I wanted to take it. You, of course, seal it. It is a transfer, so you're going to want to seal it. I don't plan on having this moved around a lot with fingerprints and such, so I probably will leave it as is for now. And if I decide to add some gold feet to it to take it to the next level, I can always come back, revisit, and do a project with it. You could paint the inside a different shade. There's a lot of ideas that you could do with this, but I will try and let it just sit and enjoy the pretty florals on there. I also show how it will arrive to you. Again, you just simply glue it together. I do have several sizes that you will see here. These would be great in so many projects and so fun to create. I think it came out so lovely, so fresh for spring. I'm excited to set it up and go decorate it now with it. Thank you for spending this time with me, for slowing down, for creating intentionally, creating slowly, finished beautifully. We'll see you at the next one. Have a great afternoon, a great weekend, everyone. Bye.